Hello, welcome to Recall Gaming Exploits. I'd just like to say something before I begin with this random news. Now, I'm sure a lot of you may be wondering, oh, why does he keep picking on EA? Why does Recall keep picking on EA? He's always bringing up bad news involving EA. Well, see, I wouldn't bring up EA so much if they wasn't the main publisher that kept getting in the news every week in, week out. One of their dumbass executives has to make some dumbass decision about something completely ridiculous or spat out some random utter lies. Every week it's happening now. It's ridiculous. The reason why I keep picking on EA is because they're quite obviously evil. If they weren't evil, they wouldn't be in my line of sight so much. But yeah, what have they done now? Well, I don't know how to say his name. Frank Gibu, whatever his name is. I'm sorry I can't get your name right. Who manages the Electronic Arts mobile division, has spoke out and said that he believes that the iPhone 6 demonstrates a thinning performance gap between consoles and mobiles. And he's not talking about the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3. No, he's talking about the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Bear with me. I'm going to read out a quote. With the Retina display and the improved processor combined with metal graphics capabilities, I don't know, some iPhone term for we done good, I suppose, and 128GB of memory, that gets you a device that's on par with the next generation consoles. That's moving perfectly into our strike zone, he claimed. Oh, really? Really? Now, the iPhone 6, I mean, it is a nice bit of kit. It's still a bit behind in some aspects in comparison to Android, but it has a 4.7-inch Retina screen, 1334 by 750 resolution, whilst the iPhone 6 Plus has a 5.5-inch screen which does 1920 by 1080p. It also only has 1GB of RAM, and the processor runs at 1.4 GHz. Now, if you're just speaking about the console power in comparison to the phone purely on memory terms, then it's nowhere near. It's nowhere near, considering that the consoles have 8GB of DDR5 RAM in them, and this only has one. Now, they're going to release a firmware update that's going to basically reduce the amount of power required by the operating system to give it more power to run games. And so that doesn't matter. The phone's hardware doesn't compare to a console. It just doesn't. I mean, they're going to get some nice looking games on it. Yeah, I'll admit that. Even if they had the capability of getting console quality games on there, are you seriously going to sit there and pay for console quality price on a game for your phone when you could just have it on your TV at home? Who's going to sit there and honestly spend £50 on a mobile phone game rather than, say, just get it for a console at home and sit there and play online with your friends and have a decent controller and things like that, or a mouse and keyboard, whatever you choose to play on? I doubt anyone's going to do it with their phone. I mean, the future, I can see it in the future where people have games saved on their phone, they hook it up to a TV and they use their Bluetooth controller, like people are doing now with emulators. People have been doing it for years with emulators, but it's a long way. There's a long way to come from it. I mean, it's not as if the phones have a dedicated graphics card, which all consoles and gaming PCs have. So, essentially, this guy is lying. This EA executive is lying. And you know why he's lying? Because, I don't know if you remember, but a few months ago, sometime last year I believe it was, EA had basically got in bed with Apple when it came to making games for the mobile market. They are working closely with Apple on bringing mobile gaming up to the next level. They're kind of words that they're using. I'll put it this way, EA's already looking at making games for the new Apple Watch. They're in bed with them, and they have been for a long time. So EA has a vested interest in hyping up Apple products when it comes to mobile gaming. So you can't believe a thing that this guy is saying. It's utter rubbish. If you don't believe me, then fine, whatever, but you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. It's not there yet. Mobile phones, Android and Apple alike, are nowhere near it. But yes, thank you for watching me, Cool Gaming Exploits, stuff that you channel tells you to do, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.